I finally stopped apologizing to my wife after I recognized she weaponizes apology rules, and I've never felt so mentally free. Posted on r/TrueOffMyChest for the past few months, I, 36M, have stopped offering full apologies to my wife, 35F, unless I'm also allowed to explain what about her behavior led to the conflict in the first place. My wife and I will get into a disagreement. She'll do something over and over that gets under my skin, for example, repeatedly asking me what she should buy for the house while I'm clearly in the middle of work, and then wanting me to validate her choices. Even when I tell her, multiple times that too politely, that this is distracting and frustrating for me, she still does it. Eventually I snap or raise my voice, and maybe say something unkind about her being annoying. To be clear, I try to address the issue before the argument. More than once. That's a major part of the problem, that she crosses the boundary even after I've explained why the behavior bothers me. Afterward she wants me to apologize. But if I apologize and then explain that I yelled because I felt disrespected when she did XYZ, she insists that I am adding the word but, which according to her voids the apology. This infuriates me. From my perspective, I can't feel safe or comfortable apologizing to someone who refuses to acknowledge their own part in what happened. And while I know snapping isn't a good look, I don't think I should be entirely to blame for reacting poorly when I am mistreated and disrespected. Like, come on, it's basic cause and effect. Because of all this, I've stopped apologizing altogether. It might look petty, but I will be digging in my heels about this. I still try not to escalate things and instead express that I want us to stop fighting, that I forgive her, which she finds deeply aggravating, and that I just want peace. But I don't feel comfortable apologizing under conditions when I'm being told I can't mention the actual cause of the problem. The reason isn't imaginary, the reason is her behavior triggered it like it would trigger literally anyone to snap out of frustration. I feel like she exploits the technicality of apology rules so she doesn't have to own her contributions to the conflict, feel like only her feelings seem to have permission to exist. My wife is not capable of understanding this. She repeatedly complains that I don't apologize anymore, sometimes outright demands that I say sorry and claims I owe her for XYZ. I refuse to give in now. She says I'm stubborn and damaging our relationship. I find that pretty ironic and tell her she should not speak for other people and I have a mind of my own. I've told her that things feel one-sided based on our past dynamic, and I'm simply refusing to put myself back in that position. I've finally stopped tolerating her patterns, and it's so mentally freeing, so why do I set myself up for more disappointment? Until I feel safe in our dynamic again and until things stop feeling unfair, I don't feel like she deserves me to be any more charitable and generous than I haven't already been before. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. My partner is about to cut ties with her mother over the exact same thing. She's relentless about winding her up to the point she snaps, and then she's guilt into apologizing for exploding. Where if people had listened to her telling them to stop, it never would have escalated that far. Fair warning, there's a good chance your wife might never see how she's in the wrong. Be ready for the fallout to that. Commenter 2. In my house we call her behavior drawing a foul. That behavior does not get an apology. Commenter 3. Please look into reactive abuse. Commenter 4 in response. A bit late last night I was putting our kids to bed when my partner said he was going to return an Instant Pot to Walmart. I said, this late? I can take it for you tomorrow since I gotta return some pants at Target across the street. He got upset. He said I should focus on my own shit and leave him alone. I said I didn't understand why he was being hostile, I was just offering to help. I then went to bed. He left in a huff and then sent me a screenshot with the definition of reactive abuse. Reactive abuse is when a narcissist or a toxic person deliberately triggers you into reacting to their abuse. In other words, they do or say something obnoxious, you react, they act innocent and ask you what your problem is. I didn't think I was being obnoxious, but I apologized for it anyway and said I didn't intend to. I said I didn't want to fight and I didn't want him to be upset. I thought I was just trying to help save him a trip. He never responded. He gave me the silent treatment this morning. Eventually he acted like everything was normal again. Am I crazy? Was my offer obnoxious? Am I the definition of reactive abuse? Commenter 3 in response. My understanding of reactive abuse is that it's when the abuser relentlessly needles away at the victim until the victim lashes out, then the abuser cries woe over how mistreated they are. Commenter 5. It's normal to snap when the other party won't listen, repeatedly. It's toxic that she consistently refuses to acknowledge how disruptive she is. It can't be all on you. I've been repeatedly annoyed like that, myself, for a long time. My conclusion was that we were not compatible to live together.
Wiredabyss here. I think they need immediate marriage counseling. If nothing else, he should flip it and say, hey, you made me feel like this, please apologize. After you apologize, I will apologize for how I reacted. Put the apology emphasis on her apologizing first, because that seems to be part of the problem. As soon as he apologizes, it shows that he was at fault and she did nothing wrong.